Hello, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, hi Sanjay. How are you today?
Can't really complain either, ma'am. I'm hale and hearty. Thank you for asking. What about
And
you,
how
ma'am?
was your day? My day
Uh,
was very good. How was your day?
I had come at 3 p.m. after finishing my duty, and mm, I took some rest, and then I had booked your session. Now I'm in front of you. I have done some chit
Mm,
chat with my spouse.
Wonderful.
Now
So,
in
how
front.
was your day at work?
Uh, Day was up to the mark. There was no load, I would say. There was less work, so I was able to. So even I did my practice in company as well.
Oh, wonderful. What kind of practice are we talking about?
Actually, I have installed S Fluency app, so I do talk on that application as well.
Okay. And how does this application support you?
So actually, I have switched into S Fluency, and I have been using this application for 16 days. And before this application, I used to use Joestock. And I had been using that application for 11 months, I would say, and I never missed my single day. I would say I was very consistent out there, and it is running with this application as well as Fluency.
Oh, wonderful. So, you are using so many applications and software,
Yeah,
Sanjay. I want to know since the beginning till now. Have you seen or have you observed any differences in your speech, in the way you converse?
many differences I have seen, ma'am. I would say that I have gained some significant confidence. So earlier I used to not get and I was fumbling. And now I have started talking with my bosses, I would say, those who are in top management. So it is because of confidence and because of
That you
consistency.
have gained?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So when you talk to them, do you feel nervous? Do you feel like, oh my God, like what if I make a mistake? Can
No,
you just
I
excuse me one moment? I need to grab a tissue
sure,
really
sure,
quick.
sure. Go ahead, go ahead, Maya.
Yes, apologize for that. Yes,
Not
please
only
continue.
not only speaking part, I'm reading on daily basis. Till now, I have completed many books, I would say, like You Can Achieve More, Attitude is Everything, and I have completed Sudha Murthy's ma'am 2 books till now. And nowadays, I'm reading The Alchemist. So I'm reading consistently. As I would say, the moment was 20th of November 2023. Since that time, I'm reading, I'm listening to podcast, and so I'm devoting at least half an hour and at least and I'm devoting 25 minutes to this application. Before English
Mhm.
Yari, I was in Clappingo as well. So so I'm doing hard work
Wonderful.
for to get fluency.
That is a very good thing. I think that is something that all the learners should learn from you. The kind of consistency you are maintaining, the kind of
Right,
passion, the kind of, hard work you are putting into it. I think that
right.
is something that we need to put forward in front of other learners as well. 'Cause see, there are learners who are putting
Yeah.
this much effort from this long. Then what is stopping you? I want to know what is motivating you, Sanjay.
I don't know actually. Suddenly, I thought that I should enhance my communication skill, and because somehow I was thinking that I have been stuck I'm in my company, and it's been 22 years working with this job, and so I would say I want to say that I was not growing professionally. I would say, and there is there is nothing to learn something new, and it has become monotonous for me. My work has become monotonous. So I thought that where I'm lacking, I should enhance, I should improve that thing. And whenever there
Okay.
was any meeting and whenever there was any presentation, so I was keeping myself aside because of because of uh, I didn't have
The
fluency.
hesitation.
Yeah, hesitation, and I didn't have fluency at that time. I was not best at English. I was able to communicate. I was good at writing part, but when it comes to speaking, so I was fumbling, and there was no confidence at that time. So I thought that if Dehati ma'am can speak, if any ordinary person can speak after putting a lot of hard work, so why can't I speak? I
What is
have
Dehati ma'am? Who is the Dehati
Dehati
ma'am
ma'am.
you're talking?
Actually, she's she's I think she's living in village, and she's YouTuber. Yeah, so those who are living in villages, those who cannot afford money, so they are speaking good. They have improved a lot. So why can't I improve? Actually, I can afford, and so that's why I'm here, and I'm
Right.
developing my skill. But I know that developing any skills takes time. At each language, it will take time.
Not even language, you're right. Developing any skill, no matter what skill you talk about, it will take time. It will take
Right.
time, it will take efforts, it will take consistency. Any skill, not just language. You talk about any other skill. For example, today, suppose you want to learn calligraphy, or let's talk about the simplest of the simplest skills, swimming. It is
Hmm.
the basic skill. Even that will take time. Any skill will
Right.
take time.
Hmm.
Yes, now, Sanjay, let's open our chat box and discuss some of the things that I've written in our chat box.
Sure, sure. So a lot of things you have written, man. I had come.
Yes,
Yeah, I had come. Yeah.
I had come. So, should it be I had come from work, or I got off from my work, or I arrived home early today?
So is it wrong, ma'am? I had come.
I had come at
Is
home early today. That is also good. I'm
uh-huh.
giving you vocabulary synonyms that you could have implied, applied.
Okay.
The next word I want you to pronounce again for me.
So I had. So in place of I had come, what should I have said?
Not what should have said or what I could have said.
Yeah.
You could
What should
have
I have
said
said?
that I arrived from work early
Okay.
today. I got
Okay.
off from my work early today.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay. Right. And it is
Can you pronounce the next word?
finish.
Yes. However, in the midst of the conversation, it came out as finish.
Okay. Finish. Okay.
Finish.
Mhm.
Yes.
For 16 days.
The next, yes, for 16 days, for 11 months.
Okay.
So at the moment, I'm unable to give the context.
Mhm.
What was the context? I think it was something about past
I,
continuous tense that I wanted to
yeah,
tell you.
I have been using this application for 16 days.
Yes, you have been using it for 16 days, and since 11 months, you have been continuously using the Josh application, or which one you were talking
Yeah,
about?
I'm actually I was talking about S Fluency, and that application I have been using for 16 days. Before S fluency, I used to use JoStop. I had been using
Mm,
JoStop application for 11 months.
yes. So I had used Josh application for 11 months. Have been using will come when we are talking about past continuous tense, something that started out in the past and is still continuing. I had been
Okay, got
using.
it. Good, good. Okay, okay, got it.
The next word I want you to pronounce again for me.
For 11 month.
No, no,
For
no. The next. Pro, bosses.
okay. Proboscis.
Not
Bo, bo,
bosses, bo. Bo.
okay. Buses.
Can you pronounce?
What should be
Yes.
ma'am? Buses.
No.
Huh.
Bosses.
Bosses. Bosses.
Again. When you are saying bosses,
Hmm.
your O, instead of making the sound of O, you are saying the alphabet itself. The sound of the alphabet O is O. Bosses. Bosses.
Okay, bosses. Okay,
Right.
bosses.
The next is I am reading, I am listening. I have been reading. I have been listening. Present continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense. Something that
Okay,
started in the past and it's still carrying on. So
okay,
not I am reading, I am listening. It is present continuous. Like right now only you're doing it. But how we were
okay,
trying to tell that you have been doing it. So I have been reading a lot. I've
okay.
been listening a lot.
Got it, got
Did
it.
you understand the rule between
Mm-hmm.
present continuous and present
Mm-hmm.
perfect continuous?
Yeah, yeah.
Can I ask you
Got
a
it.
question now?
Sure, sure, sure.
So I'll give you a sentence and you have to change it to present perfect continuous. Okay.
Sure, sure.
Radha wrote a letter.
Radha wrote a letter. Okay.
Yes.
Uh,
You have to convert this into present perfect continuous.
Radha has been writing a letter.
Right. Let's come to the next sentence, which is working with this job. What do you think is the change that is required in this sentence?
Working with this job. Working with job, I think then. Working with job.
Working in this job profile
Okay.
or working for this company or working with this company, you could have said.
Okay,
Job
working.
is not yes. Why I said that working with this job is not correct, you know?
This is very tiny thing, I think. I think job is
The use
tiny.
of preposition. No, no, not about tiny or big. When you
Hmm.
say working with this job, it means you are entitling job as a particular, as a separate entity, as a specific entity. However,
Okay.
job in this sentence is something general. So I've been working
General.
on this job.
Okay.
But
So
when you say
working
I've
with
been
this
working
company.
with this company, you are
Okay.
telling me that there's a specific company with whom you have been working.
Got it.
The next word again I want you to pronounce for me monotonous.
Monotonous. Yeah. Monotonous.
Yes, it is not monotonous,
Yeah.
monotonous.
Monotonous. Yeah.
Last is keeping myself aside.
Okay.
So should it be keeping myself or what do you think?
Keeping myself aside. What would be perfect sentence, ma'am? Keep
So
myself aside.
here, yes, you want to add?
Keep myself aside.
No,
Hmm. Keeping myself aside. I used to keep myself aside.
no.
Please correct, ma'am.
So here, what you can say, here what you were doing, you were avoiding these meetings. So specifically mentioning using that appropriate vocabulary. I used to avoid speaking up in
Yeah.
such meetings.
Okay. I used to avoid such that meeting. Yeah.
So the appropriate use of vocabulary is also that we something we have to work on. Plus
Mhm.
tenses that we need to revise. As we revise present, perfect continuous tense and present continuous tense. Can I quiz you again on that?
No, it's okay. I know, but at the time of speaking, generally I forgot.
Generally, I forget.
Okay,
Forgot is the
forget,
past
forget.
tense.
Yeah, yeah, forget.
Do you know why this happens, Sanjay? That when we are only when we are speaking, that time we forget about tenses
Why? Why it happens?
because we never try to understand how in which time frame we are framing our sentence. So if you think a little bit in which time frame am I framing my sentence, then the tenses will ultimately flow. You don't have to
Uh,
remember or you don't have to recall the rules. Okay, have been plus was were plus what was that. You don't have to recall or anything like that. You just have to remember in what time frame I'm talking about,
okay.
right? Now, let's talk about our today's session topic, which is something that is very important these days, especially. The
Hmm.
topic is privacy. Can you
Yes.
please go ahead and read the first paragraph for us?
Privacy is like having a personal bubble. It's the space where you can be yourself without everyone watching. Whether it's keeping your secrets, deciding what to share, or just having quiet time. Privacy is about feeling comfortable and in control of your own space.
Right. So, the promoters of social media claim that they are connecting and enabling people to share like never before. And while critics claim that social media sites impinge on people's privacy, sorry. Now, what do you think, Sanjay? Do you think that the way social media influencers are, always they're carrying their cameras, always they're recording, always they're posting online? Do you think it impinges upon the privacy of us, citizens? Or do you think it is a way that they are enabling us to connect with each other?
Uh, Whatever we are using, I think there is some privacy option, and we should enable that thing before using these application. So we would be able to maintain our privacy, and if we are not aware, so definitely uh, we will be cheated, I think. And so we have to be more conscious about that, and because this is the era of, I would say, fraud, and anybody can, anybody can misguide you. Anybody can, I would say, cheat you, and they can hike your photos, your videos, and they can misuse these things uh, for the sake of their benefit. So
Right,
we people must be aware, and we people must be conscious about that. Whatever we are doing on daily basis, uh, and I think we should restrict somehow ourselves doing all these things, and if it is not necessary, so I think we should avoid doing all these things.
right. For example, you are sitting in a cafe enjoying a cup of tea, which you are completely entitled to. It is your freedom to enjoy. And suddenly, some social influencer arrives and he's shooting with his camera for everywhere. Everyone is shooting the entire blog he's making, and he shoots you as well. So,
Yeah.
how would you feel, Sanjay?
Mm. This is our privacy, I think. They can shoot according to their wish, but they are not allowed to shoot us actually, and it must be avoided because it is our privacy, and nobody should enter in our privacy. This is our comfortable zone, and we are spending some leisure time with my immediate relative. If if the person would be involved in all this, so what would be our privacy? And they are just becoming obstacle. They are just becoming hurdle for us to for that. So I think mm, uh, we have to stop at that time. Those who are doing these, uh, who are committing such types of nuisance, and this is our right, and we have to stop them uh, at that time. And if they are not obeying, if they are not implementing, and if they are not agree, so we have to take some strict action at that
Right.
time. So, hmm, yeah.
You should, because you don't know for what purpose they are recording this video. And at the end of the day, they are the one making any profits out of this video. I think when it comes to enabling people, even when it is about enabling people, it should be with their consent, not without consent.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes, yes.
right. So if you were to, become a film star, you know that those who are famous, those who are popular, they don't get to enjoy so much privacy. Their life becomes an open life for the entire population to enjoy. So will you be willing to do this? Will you be willing to make this trade-off with fame and popularity and privacy?
I don't have that much desire in my life. I believe that if I will simplify my desire, so I will amplify my peace. And whatever I have got by putting my effort, by putting my hard work. So I would love to enable. I would love to enjoy that thing only. And yeah, definitely, if you are celebrity, if you are flamboyant personality, a splendid personality, so definitely you will enjoy. You are affluent, and you can buy, you can do anything, but there is some cons as well. You won't be able to move here and there, and you have to restrict yourself. And if you are thinking that I will be able to move like ordinary person, so it is not going to happen. And so so it is good that you are celebrity, but you cannot enjoy like ordinary people as we enjoy.
Right, but the thing that you're getting in return is again something that a lot of people try to chase these days, are chasing these days, that is fame and popularity. So I think a lot of people will be willing to give it up. Nonetheless, this is something that it will have to let it depend on others only. Let's talk about your feedback, Sanjay. So in this session, Sanjay, we discuss more about how much hard work more learners like you need to put, the way you are using multiple applications, you're
Yeah.
making time and you're being consistent. I think that is something very commendable, and that is something all the learners need to do. Coming to the conversation, in today's session, there were grammatical errors pertaining to tenses and vocabulary adoption. So I think that is something that we need to work on. For grammar, for tenses specifically, I will bring for you a technique in which you won't have to remember the tenses at all. Present
Okay.
tense, perfect tense, and that and all. You just have to keep certain points in mind. And if you'll keep those points in mind, you'll be able to frame any sentence correctly. You won't even need to remember everything or recall
Please go
everything.
and tell me what is
In the
coming.
next session, I'll bring
Okay.
it forth us to discuss.
Mhm.
And apart from that, in this session, we focused on some of the vocabulary words that need to be used in a particular situation, right? Choosing your vocabulary words perfectly is also something that we need to indulge with, because one word has many synonyms. For example, laughing. It has many synonyms: giggling, amusing, laughing, and amusing, that I already said. but all of them have different meanings in different contexts they are used. That
Mhm.
is something we need to focus upon. So in our upcoming sessions, we'll be focusing on these two things only. For now, that is all. Thank you so much for joining me,
Okay,
Sanjay.
thank you, thank you. So what we are going to cover in next session, ma'am?
The tenses part that I told
Okay,
you, sentence formation, and the
okay,
vocabulary part. That is
sure, sure,
contextual usage of vocabulary,
sure,
right?
sure. Okay, okay, right,
That
right.
is all.
I would love to meet you again, ma'am. Yeah, I'm eager to attend
Bye.
next class.
Wonderful.
Okay, okay, thank you. Have
Take
a great
care.
day, ma'am. Bye, bye.